Good morning, Standard 9 students. Now I'm going to explain the inscription written in the silver casket and the way the Prince of Aragon has understood. So, who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. And well said too. For who shall go about to cozen fortune and be honorable without the stamp of merit? He says, now who, without acquiring the deserved qualities? Okay. Means when we pick a school captain or we pick a school class monitor, so we pick that person who we feel is meritorious, good in studies, good behavior. So we see some good qualities in a student and then we give him the post of a monitorship or maybe school captain. But nobody moves around not having any kind of merit in him and pretending to be an honorable person. You must be deserving for that particular post. That is why he agrees what inscription has been written. A person should get what he deserves. Let none presume to wear an undeserved dignity of that estates, degrees, and offices were not derived corruptly, and that clear honor were purchased by the merit of the wearer. So now anybody who holds a high position, a high post, he should be well qualified to hold that post. A person should not hold a post using unfair means or through corruption. Now we see many of the high ranks or officers, certain people holding a good post, they get that post due to recommendation. Some relations of theirs are ministers, and then the minister sends word, वो मेरा आदमी है, उसको ये वाला post दे दो. Then he gets the post, okay, not through merit, he is not a deserving candidate. So here he says that everyone who holds a high post should acquire the required knowledge or skill or talent or merit. These things should not be acquired through corruption or unfair means. Now he's talking about what it means in the silver casket. Whoever chooseth me shall get what he deserves, as much as he deserves. So to hold a crown, to wear a crown, or to hold a post, you have to be a meritorious candidate. You have to be suitable for that post. Okay. How many then should cover that stand bare? Now here, we were purchased by the merit of the wearer. Okay, this line is like this. Those days, people wore clothes according to their ranks, according to their position. Okay. And they would wear caps, hats. Okay, if you see some English movies, you will notice that many of them, the gents usually wear hats, even the ladies wear. Okay. Now, according to the clothes that they wear, they used to wear clothes according to the ranks or according to the positions. Okay. Now, the person who is superior to you, when he comes in front of you and you are of a lower rank, if you are inferior to him, then you have to remove the hat and give him his due respect. Okay. Now, whom you will respect? The person who you know is a dignified or qualified person. He deserves that respect. That is why people of a lower rank, they have to stoop or they have to bend down and respect the person who is superior. Now, those days, there were two sections of people. You had the upper class and the lower class. So the upper class were lords, knights, dukes, the barons. Like there's so many ranks they had, so they used to wear their clothes according to their ranks and position. So if you are of a lower rank, then you have to remove the hat from your head and pay due respect. That is what it means, as much as he deserves. Okay. Now a person is giving a command. The next sentence here says, how many be commanded that command? Now, when you are in a position, you have to rise up to the highest post. Okay. So here he says, how many commanded be commanded. Now, a person who's giving the command, that means the whole troop and army, they have to listen to whatever he says. Fine? Like we say, stand at ease, attention, turn right, turn left, the whole people, they listen to the command. But how many, those who give the command, have the guts or the audacity to listen to someone else's command? That means here we're talking about obedience. A person, is he being obedient to if someone else gives the command? Does he deserve that post? I can give the command, but I will not take orders from others. That means I am not a deserving candidate for that post. So that is what he says. The person who commands, is he ready to listen to someone else's command? Only if he is a genuine and a sincere person, he will listen to someone else's command. He should be like that. He should be ready to listen to someone else's command. How much low peasantry would then be gleaned from the true seed of honor, and how much honor picked from the chaff and ruins of the times. Now it says, when we talk about quality, like the right, the person who deserves, it is based on his merit and qualities. So he compares it to the grains in a chaff, either a wheat grain or a rice grain. So what it does, in the passing of time, during the harvest, these grains are taken and then they are removed from the chaff. And the good seeds, the good grains are separated from the bad ones. And they are thrown out. The bad ones, the neglected or the spoiled ones are gone, finished. But the ones that are good, they are being selected to go for further processing, maybe to the factory or to the industry. So, because they have got quality in them. So they deserve to be sent over there. And the rotten ones or the bad ones or the spoiled ones, they are supposed to be thrown. That is how he is connecting the inscription written in the silver casket. Whoever chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. That means only a man of merit and quality deserves to have the best, or to secure a high post. So that is what the Prince of Aragon is trying to reason out. Okay. To be new, varnished, but to my choice. Who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. I resume desert. Give me a key for this, and instantly unlock my fortunes here. So now, according to the Prince of Aragon, he feels that I am the deserving candidate. According to the inscription and according to the way he has reasoned out, means as much as he deserves. So he feels that he is the most deserving candidate to, and have the rights, have the merit, have the qualities to marry Portia. So then he goes ahead and he asks for the silver, he asks for the key to unlock the silver casket. Okay. And then he finds out that how deserving he is. What is his status? So when he opens the silver casket, he finds a picture of a blinking idiot, a fool, a clown. So that is what before going, he passes this, that I came in as one fool's head, now I'm going by two. With all this while he was on the wrong track, that he was very deserving, and he had a lot of airs and graces about himself. You can use these words, conceit. He was conceited. He was a man of great vanity, always thought high of himself. Okay. Then I shall end, and then again I shall start discussing all the model question papers with their answers so that it can be a practice for you. Thank you.